What is good, YouTube? Yu-Gi-Oh vendor here, coming to y'all with a deck profile. Finally, I'm releasing my Dino, highly requested. It's a little different than other builds that I've seen, just because everybody locals is different, no real major tournaments, and this is just more or less what I usually see and was very popular at what I see at my shop, not other ones. So it is dedicated to that. And usually when you play on a tournament or you playing in events, you're trying to guess what you're gonna play the most. And this is just what works for me. So this is not really much explaining on the first couple because this is standard. The 3 Overraptors, pretty easy. Your starter allows you to pop the babies, allow you to set up your grave or add to your hand so you can extend board, make better boards, or get the card that you need for next turn. Absolutely powerful card. I think Dino's needed this. It's good that it's still at 3 because it makes Dino amazing. And, you know, if you have 3 of them, why not play 3 because it's that good? I do have the triple miss. This is a no-brainer. Like I said, we know what to do. Banish to summon the Dino depending on how many get banished. Works well with Giant Rex, which I do play. Works well with Archosaur, which is next with the babies. And obviously the protection effect, what is highly coveted for, is necessary for dinosaurs to be a tier 1, tier 2 deck, depending on formats. And, you know, leaving it untouched allows us to play the deck competitively. And I'm a Dino player, so I'm not going to complain about that. One of the newer cards is the Archosaurs. I think you definitely have to play 2 because you want to see it, because it is powerful when it does go off. And on top of that, it's pretty easy to get now with Prosperity and other cards in the deck like Overraptor. And this card, it hurts when you get hit by Ash or something, but other than that, you want to see this card usually. And it's just a powerful card. This card made the deck a lot more consistent and a lot more slim to how you want to build your boards because it allows you to do it easily. 2 Saurus, I know Cerosaurus, people playing 3 now, but at the same time, it just depends on what build. Some people play the Wind Barrier Statue build. Some people just play the Extravagance build. But with Prosperity, you really don't need to see too many babies because you have so many ways to get to it, and Prosperity adds another one, which I am playing a Prosperity build. So I don't really need to have multiple babies. And if I do, I have to have a way to pop them unless they don't do much until I get a way to do it. So I think 2 is just fine. And then 1 Petite. You don't have as many targets, so you don't want to see it as much. But I do play more targets than other people. So it is still good when you can get it off. The Boss Monster should be ultimate rare just because it is the reason why the deck is still good. The interruption, the ability to clear massive boards, and just being strong enough to get over boss monsters by itself at 3,500 just make it everything you would need a card to be as a boss monster, and is unique in its own way too. So 2, but I will vouch for this card. It should be an ultimate by now, but hopefully they do make it ultimate because it is a boss card for a meta deck for so many years. This deck has been competitive for years. I think it's due for one. This is my tech. It's not genius. It's just Dragoon is popular now, guys. Everybody's playing Dragoon. And people forget you can crash this into a Dragoon. Some people don't expect you to play this. So you can go Petite and people will let you do it just because they don't expect you to summon nothing besides a Pankratops. And then you just summon this and you can crash into the Dragoon and so many other cards. And you can just tribute over Borlo Savage, tribute over Dragoons, and just get rid of them. This card is a problem solver, and that's something that you need in this deck if you don't play the Dark Ruler version, which I don't like the Dark Ruler as much just because it's only good against specific decks, not every deck, in my personal opinion. And that's one of the main reasons why I don't play it. Pankratops, one of the most versatile cards. This is a popular card. People play it in side decks. People play it in their main decks. A strong monster that's easy to summon, even through the Petite Pteranodon, and is also a card that can blow up floodgates and field spells and everything. This card is just too amazing not to play. Just wish it was at more, but then it'd be cheap. But I took advantage of it. I played one. Giant Rex, I still think he's worth the risk just because he puts a lot of damage on board and allows you to build your floodgates up with Logia, Doka, and obviously Dweller and Bambuska. I do play the Gamma package. These cards come in handy, especially because I do play Lambda and Omega, so they have extra value in this deck because I do play those cards, which make them even more consistent and a lot more better. And the fact that it is some cards that if you can stop them, or even like an Edaconda or something, if you can stop it or hit it early, it's easier to win the game your turn. And I think that's why you want to play this. And Ash hits everything. I don't really have a problem with Ash. Still the best hand trap probably in the game right now, just because majority of the things it hits is what every deck needs, and you can cripple your opponent because of it. Two Nibiru. I played two Nibiru because of the Dogoran. I could run three Nibiru, but I cut one just to play the Dogoran because sometimes you just need to get rid of one or two monsters, and sometimes they know not to go into the fifth summon, so they just end their board there, and then you stuck because you couldn't Nibiru. So Dogoran handles that problem, so I just cut one Nibiru. Lost World, amazing field spell. Allows you to do insane plays and gain a lot of advantage. And, you know, this is one of the better field spells. When this card came out, I didn't think it was that great. Then they started making dinos that make sense with the card. Now it's amazing. Fossil Dig, play 3, search a dino. A lot of them in your deck. Can't complain. This card turns into the card that you need, so you play 3. I also decided to play 3 Prosperity because this card turns into the card that you need. So this card makes the deck a lot better. I'm still with everybody else that's starting to play this in Dino. This deck is based off 1 card, 1.5 card combos, and this card turns into a card that can allow that combo to go through. And that makes this deck less bricky, makes your combo more consistent, and it allows you to break boards going on your turn. So this card allowing you to dig 6 might be that 1 card you need to win the game. That 1 card that you need to break a board. That 1 card you need just to get back into the combo. And with that being said, that's consistency. If you want to top, if you want to win, you need to be able to do those plays consistently. And this card allow you to do it. You get the card that you want. Plus, on top of that, you still banishing your 6, but you picking the ones you want. That's a lot better to me than drawing 2 random ones and banishing 6 random ones. 2 evolution pills, that's staple. Allows you to get your UCT out. I do not play the Lightning Storms. I play Cyclone because to me, a lot of decks you want to banish the card so you don't see it again. And it's just amazing when you do use it. I did just want to play the Duster into Cyclone, but most of the time you're not really going against too many back row decks right now. So clearing back row is something that I side for, but it's not something that this deck I'm really worried about, and I haven't really had much problems so far. So the 2 Cyclones has been enough for me personally. Terraforming, search your Lost World. I don't play the mine. And Monster Reborn. This is my tech just because it allows you to say summon Oviraptor. It allows you to say summon Archosaur. It allows you to say get Mist back, get something back, and just continue the combo or start your combo. This card allows you, when you have a top deck or you have a hand and you get Ash or you get something and you need to recover or you need something to get you back once you draw your other card, Monster Reborn does that. Because a lot of your cards say win summon or win on the field, win special summon, and this card does that. And it allows you to get your combos back going. That's it for the main deck. This is just my personal preference. Extra deck, this is my personal preference too. 1 access code, boss monster wins games, and it allows you to break boards, which is essential. I do play the 1 Logia. Floodgate allow you to negate monster summons and also spells and traps. So it comes up when you're trying to finish your opponent, stop them from coming back, or you know what they're going to do next turn and you just stop it. Doka allows you to control the board, especially if you have an interruption with Pankratops or UCT. Dugaris, wasn't going to play it, might cut it but it does come up to a certain extent. I don't play the Pentastag though, but it doesn't really matter right now. I do play the Tornado Dragon for back row. I do play the Bambuska. I do like this because every deck isn't link based, so that does come up. Same with Dweller. This card is going to be better in the future with certain decks getting more support through the new packs coming out. My tech that I'm surprised people don't do is the Zeus, because you play a lot of seeds and sometimes you just need to kill a monster. Majority of your seeds are strong to get over a set monster or a face-up monster, and then you just clear their board. And that's important to recover or break a board because it doesn't destroy. Unicorn, Phoenix, Utility. I do play the Lambda. I think this card is fantastic in this deck, especially because you do rely a lot on Gamma and Driver in this particular deck as protection. The reason why I don't play Pentastag is because you win a lot of games because people don't expect you to play Anima and Dinos. And with that being said, you catch them off guard by that. Most people drop the card or don't like it. But when you play against a lot of decks and they summon their boss monsters or they summon their links and they don't really expect the Anima, that's when you can take it. I've seen so many people, and I used this card multiple times, where it does come up and you just win the game because they didn't have a lot of light points or you took away their power card. And now they just look crazy because you can attack or attack directly with Anima, and it's powerful. Last one is Utility, Secure Gardener for the Fossil, for the Evolution Pill, Link Rebo for that play too, and then just the Omega, which comes up to me, so it's still worth playing the one. Other than that, the build might change. I'm gonna stick with Dinos for a little bit, so I think this is a little different, little unique, different take on the deck. And I think once you play in the Prosperities and once you play in the deck how I built it, you don't have as many bricky hands. You're not really playing a bunch of cards that do nothing. All your cards are really active or allow you to make the plays that you want to make. And that's all that really matters when you're trying to win. That's all that really matters when you're trying to top, because you want to be able to combo and do your plays consistently. And I think this deck does that, and is not reliant too much on playing the same deck. Is reliant more on playing the best decks, and that's a lot. I mean, that's what you want to do. We want to build a deck. You know, when you plan in for one particular deck, that's when you lose the rogue and stuff like that, because your deck was built for one specific reason. When you balance it out a little bit, that's when you allow yourself to be prepared for every matchup. And I think this build got y'all covered. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section below. If you have suggestions, let me know in the comment section below. Take constructive criticism. I do make changes, and I do try to think a little bit outside the box when it comes to deck building. This deck is a little bit more standard, but it just got personal text. That's why I explained it. Other than that, Quinn Wade, Yu-Gi-Oh! Vendor signing out. And let me know what you guys think about the deck profile. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'm out.